Interesting. Hita book. Okay, Mita book. We discussed those two. Then for the Shatapada Gami, one who walks 100 steps. Means one who exercises, one who gets some physical, does something, They have to do something. Exercise means what? Was there? They never did exercise because they were pulling this water from the well and all that. And they never said, oh no, I'm 5 to 6, please don't come home because I will be exercising. I'll be in the gym. They never said all that. So, Shatapada Gami. Then Vamashai. One who sleeps on the left side. Not flat legs. One who sleeps on the left side. There is this discussion. Some people say you should sleep on the right because the heart should not be at the bottom. Some people say you must sleep on the left. I've still not figured out what is the right thing. Everybody wants to.
There is a picture, Jaykumarji. There is a picture. Somebody sent it to me. Picture with the postures on both right and left. Okay. When you sleep on left, you won't get acid reflux.
Oh,
that is the reason.
Acid reflux, correct. Okay, so because
I can probably share it in the group. I have 2 pictures on both sides.
Please do. Yeah. And then some people will say that the ladies should sleep on this side, men should sleep on this. Also, I've heard this also. You give them a chance, they keep stretching it forever. Oh. Okay, correct. Upasanayoga.org. Correct. Aruna. Yeah, he's in India only. He spends all his time in India. It's and poor him, and India will make him run and get him visas and all. He has to go to Sri Lanka, get a visa, come back, or he has to go to Nepal, get a visa, come back. All these things he does. But yeah, he's done wonderful work.
Can you please tell which are the temples of Panjabhuta once again, please?
Yeah. So, Akasha Kshetram, Chidambaram. Okay, Akasha Kshetram, Chidambaram. Then Vayu. Chidambaram, everything is Tamil Nadu except this Vayu Kshetram, Kalahasti. Kalahasti, there is a lamp. There's a deepa. And the deepa, there is a hole on the backside. And through that hole, I've not visited, okay? I only heard this, okay? Through the hole, the wind comes and therefore the lamp is always shaking. Through that, it is indicated that Vayu is the Bhagavan at Kalahasti. Okay? Some of you may have visited Kalahasti. You can tell us more about Kalahasti.
About 40 kilometers from Tirupati.
It's not far from Tirupati. It's not far away from Tamil Nadu border. And then Agni. Agni is our famous Tiruvannamalai right here. So they have this Makara Deepam. Agni they have every year. Huge fire they light on top of the mountain. It's
Kartika Deepam.
Kartika Deepam. And Arunachala. The mountain is called Arunachala. So
every Purnima you do the Girivalam, the circumambulation of the hill, 14 kilometers.
14 kilometers. Girivalam, that's a tradition. That's a tradition there. Girivalam. You finish the Girivalam, then you come enter the temple. So that is if you are on this side. But if you are on the other side, then of course it's different. So that is Tiruvannamalai is Agni Kshetra. Then Apaha, Jalam. Jalam is a place near Tiruchi, Tiruchirappalli, called Thiruvaanaikaval. Thiruvaanaikaval. There's a temple there. And so I've not gone there also. It seems water is constantly flowing. It's just flowing out like a spring. Okay, it's amazing. It is. So then that becomes a pratima for us to visualize. God in the form of water. Okay. Then Kanchipuram is there for Prithvi Kshetram. So in one shot, they said, this is the way to worship God. This is also a way to worship God. You start with all this. Aneka Rupa. From Aneka Rupa, then you come to Panchabhuta. From Panchabhuta, you come to Eka Rupa. Then Eka Rupa to Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa to Arupa. Okay? That is the journey here. That's the journey.
Guruji, that Ekambaranatha, I think he's got a cave, no? That you go and come out with as a rebirth or something.
Correct. There are some traditions there. So Ekamareshwara in...
No, that is not in Ekambareshwar. That is in Kailasanatha temple.
There is a particular tradition. Kanjipuram, I think there is one. Yeah, that one is Kailasanatha, correct?
Yeah, that is in Kailasanatha, which is not, yeah, that is under the Archaeological Survey of India. Ekambareshwara is a running temple.
Yeah. So this is a very significant thing in our tradition. Every other tradition, every other religion has basically branded us, saying we are pagans. Pagan means what? You're worshipping something as God. Okay. So tell me, what is the two diametrically opposite visions? That is why we tell that we are not religion anymore. You people are religions. You can have your religion. You have certain beliefs. You call yourself as believers. We don't call ourselves as believers. You know what we call ourselves as?
Seekers.
You have to seek God right here. While alive, you have to seek God. So no travel. So seeker versus believer. Believing versus knowing. So huge differences. Very, very huge. Massive difference. There's no connection, in fact, between these two. Paroksha Ishvara versus Aparoksha Ishvara. There is a connection. So, Ishvara Anugrahadeva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. Shankaracharya says somewhere. Advaita Vasana. To even think like this, right? To even think that, entertain this possibility that if Bhagavan is everywhere, literally it's everywhere is Bhagavan. And therefore, there is an equality between me and Bhagavan. To think like this, Advaita is called Advaita Vasana. You know, Vasana we say. Shankara uses the word Vasana with Advaita. Very interesting it is. And how does one get this Advaita Vasana? Ishvara Anugrahat Eva. Very interesting. Maheshji, go ahead.
On this shloka number, in the last one, 41, we translated it as cannot be known, right? Is that
42 Aprameyam.
Sorry, 42 Aprameyam, cannot be known. But I mean, we say we know, right? I mean, we are seekers.
So we have to say cannot be known within brackets, like we know every object in this world.
Okay.
Unlike that. It is very much unlike that. It is not an object to be known. It is not an object.
Okay.
Anything I know is an object.
Cannot be known as an object? Is that true?
No, saying Aprameyam means anything I know today is correct. Is that what you said? Anything I know is an object. Object of what? Object of person. They asked us to define what is an object. Hey, define an object. How will you define object? Object is a simple word we use, object, thing. A thing is called an object. But how do you define object? Object is defined as that which I perceive. A perceived thing is an object. Anything is perceivable. Anything that is perceivable is an object. So aprameya means not an object. Not known as an object. Cannot be known as an object. Cannot be known through all the pramanas I have. Human being has pramanas, and through which we come to know the world. Those pramanas are incapable of revealing Atma. That is the meaning of Atma. But still I have to know. Yes, you have to know. And what is the pramanam for that? Shastram eva pramanam. Shabda pramanam. Yeah.
And another thing was that in the slogan number 40, first he said from the front, from the back. So when you are present everywhere, there is no front and back, right?
And that's what Arjuna realizes as soon as he utters these words, I think.
Okay.
He doesn't know what to say. What do you say? How do you describe somebody who's very, 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 very great? Anything we say is incorrect. Suppose we are supposed to introduce Narendra Modi. Narayanji met Narendra Modi. And suddenly something happens and he is asked to speak about Narendra Modi. What will he say? Most famous person in the whole world now, right? And now you are supposed to say something. Struggling for words, right? I mean, unless you have to prepare to introduce Narendra Modi. You have to say, depending on the audience. So he is saying all these things. Words are coming out. And yeah. Yeah, Prasanna, go ahead.
Guruji, in Shloka 41, in the translation, I thought we did not include Ajanata Mahiman. Did I miss the writing it down, or we didn't include that?
Let me see that. Ajanata Mahima. That is 41.
We discussed. He said, Tava Mahimanam Ajanata.
No, he means writing translation.
Yeah, we discussed the words, but we didn't include in the translation, I thought.
Yes, you're right.
So it started with ignorant of this glory of yours, right? That's what it means.
Correct. Ignorant of this glory, of course.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Bhumi Sthala Ekambareshwara Temple, Kanchipuram. Oh, possible to share your experience attending Swami Paramathananda. Rukmini ji, your Bhiksha experience. Swapna ji is covering all topics. Yeah, so Swami was here. So we had for morning class was at 6:30, evening class also was at 6:30. And morning class, so generally what they do is they keep the tougher subjects in the morning and the easier subjects in the evening. So evening we had what is called Uddhava Gita. Uddhava Gita is a very beautiful text. I also feel like teaching it. And it comes with a nice story, right? It's a story, it comes in the 11th skanda of the Bhagavatam. When Krishna decides to leave and then Uddhava comes and says, I also want to come with you. This reminds me of Puja Swamiji's joke. Swamiji says, he teaches all these things. And he says, people come to me and say, I want to come with you. I want to come with you means what? I'm running some old age homes or something like that. He said, what I'm doing or what? What do you mean you want to come with me? I have some places. Did I invite people or what? Nothing happened. I want to come with you. I want to come with you. Hey, did you understand what I taught in the class today? That is the most important thing. Then I want to come with you. So we all have all these ideas. So this guy says, I want to come with you. And you know what Krishna says? It's okay. We'll postpone that for a later time. For now, I'll teach you. I'll teach you some main things that you ought to know. And you can teach that. And then we will see about coming and not going later on. Like that he says. And that's how Udvaya Gita starts. Very beautiful story. So Swamiji has been teaching this for a while now, for many years. 2, 3, maybe even 3 years. This could be the 4th year. I don't know. We are in the 6th chapter. Okay, 6th chapter. 6th chapter happens to be the hardcore Vedanta. Okay. So all nice stories and all over. Now he's talking about Tattvam. And so it was good. And it was, it's a beautiful language. This Bhagavatam language is good. And everything was in Anushtup Chanda and small nice words were there. And Swamiji explained everything. Okay, that is the evening. Udvaya Gita, and he finished chapter 6. Exactly on the last day, 7th day, he finished chapter 6. Then the morning class was Mandukya Upanishad. Mandukya Upanishad. Swamiji starts the class by saying, we're going to study Mandukya this week. The assumption is that all of you have studied Vedanta. All of you have studied Tattvabodha. You have exposure to Upanishads. Bhagavad Gita also you have studied. Of course, Coimbatore, there are many teachers. And so I'm sure all of you have done it. And therefore, we can start Mandukya like that, he said. Because Mandukya starts with a bang. Okay. Om ityetadaksharamidam sarvam tasya upavyakhyanam bhutam bhavad bhavishyaditi sarvam omkaraha eva yachanyat trikalaatitam tadapi omkaraha eva. That is the first mantra of Mandukya. He says, Om iti etad aksharam. This aksharam called Om. Idam sarvam. Idam sarvam is Om. This whole Jagat is Om. Tasya upavyakhyanam. I'm going to explain that. And that is Bhutam Bhavat Bhavishyaditi. It is the past, present, and the future. Sarvam Omkara eva. So all that past, present, and future is Omkara. And then Yatcha. And also Trikala Titam. That which is beyond past, present, and future also is Omkara. Like that it starts. That means what? Mithya is Omkara. And then Trikala Titam. Satyam is also Omkara. Satyam plus Mithya is equal to Omkara. Like that this mantra starts. So it's beautiful. It's very beautiful because, it's one way to study the Upanishad. We should not always study Upanishad with Chakrabhashya. Chakrabhashya is later. First understand what the Upanishad is saying completely. And then you get into Bhashyam. Those who are interested should do Bhashyam. Yeah, like that it goes. And so it is. Then later on mantras will come, and then this Atma Omkara has 4 parts: waking state, dream state, sleep state, and then 4th also is there. Oh my God! I thought there are only 3 states. Yeah, 4th state part is not a state. It is not a state. It is that which is not a state. It's called Turiya. It's called the 4th part of Atma. Like that it goes. And then how to do dhyana on this is there. Upanishad gives some tips on how to visualize akara. Waking state is the whole waking world is all collapsed into akara. That sound and it gives you ways to memorize that, remember that. Then like that, and then makara. Beautiful it is. Beautiful. Swamiji completed it exactly on the last day. And I had studied Mandukya with Chakrabhashya. Never studied Mandukya like this. That is good. It was good for me also. And then on Wednesday evening, we went to Viksha, to Rukminiji's place. Rukminiji is here, I suppose, right? Oh, there she is. Yeah. Rukminiji, over to you. You and Gopalji. You good host. We were there. Mahalakshmi ji and Babu Ganeshan ji and myself, we just went there at by 11:15 or 11:30. We were there. Rukminiji.
Namaste, Jaykumarji. Namaste to everyone. It was my Punya Karma's phala that I could get Swamiji. You know, he is one of the senior most Swamiji in our ashram, in our Gurukula Parampara. And I was so blessed to have him for Bhiksha. In fact, lost so many visits I have been wishing, and this time it could materialize. And with Jaykumarji's direction and help, and everything went very well. My experience, I don't think I have enough words to express. You know, this Amritatvam, as if I have been given prasada Amritam, nothing less than that. And when he visited here, I served him. And, you know, after that, I couldn't come out of that vibration, and that is drishti. And afterwards, the class also, what I listen, the reception also improves and it stays with you. Maybe that is the one of the reason why in ancient times in Gurukula, under the Guru's direct drishti, one learns. It's easy to recept and your focus is very good. Your mind is clear, no cluster, no distractions. I experienced that. And another thing, last 3-4 years he has been coming, except that COVID time. And yes, he was, Jaykumarji was explaining very well. Morning he used to take a little, very deep topic and very good Vedanta, that text, and evening lighter. So last, I think 4 years he has been teaching Uddhav Gita and Ram Gita, that also he taught. And the best thing is he's so simple and so approachable and so knowledgeable. I can't validate, I am nobody to validate his. But his teaching stays with us and it is just gets in. How simply he expressed this, explained this Chatushpada Atma in Mandukya Upanishad. Amazing, amazing. I had a little glimpse of with Bhashyam in the ashram, this Mandukya Upanishad. They started and they couldn't complete with Bhashyam, though it is 12 mantras. But Swamiji, the way he explained, I can't tell. One should be blessed to be in his class and receive that. That was my class experience. And at home, my house is blessed. I have whitewashed the house. I have been doing little amendments. And I thought this is the best Griha Pravesha I did. That's what my neighbors told me. You had the best Griha Pravesha with Swamiji's visit. Your house is blessed. And so many neighbors came and did namaskara and went away. I was just sitting with Swamiji at his feet, and Gopalji could stand and talk, and Jaykumarji with us. It was very nice. And I wish next time when Swamiji visits, we will have the same blessing with more of you people with me. And just, you know, to have him and to have his drishti, to talk to him, to serve him, it is amazing, amazing. And it, you know, we studied about Satsanga. With the great people, we should have the Sangha of the people, you know, great saints, siddhis, great acharyas. And this is beyond that. I have experienced the same feeling with Pujya Swamiji whenever I visit him, whenever I sit under his feet and I talk to him. Now, after so many years, even now, if I go to Rishikesh Ashram, Swamiji used to tell me, Paramatmanandaji, we are Vedantins, we should not grieve. I can't stop my tears when I visit Rishikesh Ashram without Pujya Swamiji, I can't imagine that ashram. But this Swamiji used to always tell us. So we have that parampara continuing through Paramatmanandaji and some more acharyas, and Jaykumarji is also in the line. He is no less, and only he doesn't have that kashaya vastram. Otherwise, he is also the same. And I am still drenching myself in his visit and enjoying, and that is, enjoying is not the word, trying to seep in, his this thing. Enjoyment is temporary, it is mithya. So I am just in that bliss.
It's good. It's a very approachable, very compassionate person who's all knowing, right? So, and to come to our level, I mean, there is no airs, air. Air means all this. Like a Raja comes with a lot of retinue and सब लोग stand up, attention, Maharaj padar rahe hain. So like that it comes, and Raja needs all that. Okay, so but our Modi ji also, no airs, nothing. He will just come and talk to people, and because their vision is different, their vision is very different, and so Yanisha Sarva Bhutana, like that it is. So compassion has to come out. Compassion has to be there. Rukmini, I think this is very important. The more I think about it, whenever I get upset or angry, I ask myself, what am I getting angry about? So tell me what are you angry about? That is why I have to tell myself. Did you ever see Swamiji angry? Paramatma ji angry? Is it possible? Not possible. I think compassion is so important, and that's what he exudes on Paramatma. Simplicity, as you say. That comes in our tradition. I think that's Chinmayanandaji and Dayanandaji. I think that's the greatest contribution. Top-notch teaching and then living to the teaching.
Yes, each word they live.
Making it sound hi-fi, some hi-fi stuff. Oh, Swamiji will not allow that kind of thinking to happen. He will not allow. That's why, as long as Pujya Swamiji was alive, there was not a single prayer in praise of Swamiji. You can't praise Swamiji. Afterwards, Swami Paramarthanandaji wrote this thing, right? Panchakam, Dayananda Panchakam. We chant it every day. But the idea is message is more important than the messenger. What a statement. What is it? Message is more important than messenger. You look at other ashrams and all. Messenger is more important than message. You carefully look into it. Carefully look into it. It has become like that. So that's they are protectors of this dharma. Swamiji and all. We have to protect it by studying. That is the only way to protect. Correct? By studying the Shastra. Thank you, Rukminiji, for hosting us. So nice it is. Rukminiji's home is like 2 floors are there, and Vistaram. So nice. The scenery and all is beautiful, and a lot of trees and everything. Quiet. You can't hear anything except birds. You can't hear anything else. And it's a joy to visit her home. So
we blessed. Swamiji used to say in Gurugram also, whoever Swamiji is transiting, they will come and visit our house. I had the blessing of serve them and having them, like Muditvadanandaji and Teni Swamiji, other so many Swamijis, Sakshat Kirtanandaji. So Sakshat Kirtanandaji used to have a room in our ground floor with a computer with one simple bed. He will say, I am going to write in this room board Sakshat Graham. He used to say, I'm going to put a label here like that. And Puji Swamiji used to say that house is an extension of the ashram.
Amazing, amazing. That shows how much seva has been done. How much how many sannyasis you have served, you and Gopalji. So that's not ordinary.
But it's a blessing, we are blessed to have these people, Satsanga, and these people with us, and they direct us. And now with the blessings in this parampara, we have you, and you are there to guide us, to teach us. It's, Swamiji, Puji Swamiji used to say, to get a guru also, you need grace, Ishwara's grace. Then only you get a proper guru. Swamiji explained the characteristics, the qualities of a guru. So to get a right guru also, we are so blessed to have in this parampara. And all of them, they live the Shastra, what they study, each word. There are other sects where they only teach, but their lifestyle is different. Whereas in this parampara, most of the Swamijis and all the teachers, they live their words, Shastra. That is one amazing fact. And that keeps us to the true Shastra Nishta. So we are so blessed. And Jaykumarji was there, Hemalata was there. It was nice to have all of them. And they were a great help. Ramuji, they all could make it, and it was nice. So please, whenever you people who are staying outside Coimbatore, you want to come and have a Vedanta camp, you are most welcome. So we can host Jaykumarji, we can have Brahmachari Srinivasanji also we can have, and we can have a Vedanta camp.
Definitely. Thank you, Rukmiji. Good. So we have booked our tickets to Bangalore, by the way. Now is Narayanan there? Yeah, there it is. So who? Rukmani ji, myself, Rama, and Swapna is coming. And I think one of the students we are sponsoring, Yarini, is coming. At least that's the tentative plan. So we are going there on 19th. We'll be there. So 20th we'll have that program. Any of you or your friends, if you're far away, then if you can't come, then please, if you have any friends or relatives in Bangalore area, please invite them on our behalf. And Narayanan and Meera are going to have their hands full, I think, posting all these people. I don't know what's going to happen. Hey, I'm just saying, come, and then
you're going to have a lot of fun.
Congratulations, Narayan ji, having met Modi ji personally. It's a great achievement.
It was that 15 seconds of glory or 10 seconds of glory.
How did they select those 15 people there? What?
That I'm not very sure how they did it. We got a call from a person known to us saying that why don't you meet Modi ji? Initially they were very hesitant, saying that we don't want to get into that jamela of standing there. You have to go through so much of security checks and all that. But she insisted. Then they offered it to us. Meera said, "You go. I will not go." So what happens is he had those road shows in Bangalore. I'll shut down, pause the record.